Welcome back, guys, to the Butterfly Season podcast. We are on day 3 of the HBO series, and today we're going to explore the impact of social media on your energy and learn how to navigate HBO and social. The reason why I have this topic high up on our list of things to talk about is because the influence that social media has is highlighted a ton in young children, but never just on adults and how that impacts us. And so I want to explore that with you guys. And we're going to talk about 3 things today. We're going to talk about the energy drain of negative content, comparison and self-esteem, and then setting boundaries in a digital detox. And so I don't know if you guys resonate with this, but I used to follow emotionally charged content, and I didn't realize that it was emotionally charged until I started to practice this HBO level of positivity awareness, and realizing that when I would interact with these pages, it would get me emotionally riled up, and it would start to influence how I thought and how I felt. And it was coming from a reactive place. I would scroll and I would watch. It would charge me up emotionally, and then that would influence how I thought, and then that would influence how I reacted. Whereas High Vibes Only encourages you to sit and have mindfulness around your own energy, do things to create your own positive vibes, and then take action from there. So one is retroactive and the other one is reactive. Proactive. I'm lying. Those are retroactive and reactive are the same thing. What is proactive and what is reactive? High Vibes Only is a proactive approach. And emotionally charged content is on social media can create a retroactive approach where now you are influenced by the vibes of whatever it is that you're consuming. And so what I want to encourage you to do is, as you're scrolling, take inventory of what is emotionally charged and how you're feeling with it. You might need to do a few things. I went on an unfollow spree. I just felt like I needed to purge what I was consuming because I didn't like how it was impacting me. You might need to go on a mute spree if unfollowing might lead to other things. And I don't even want to get into that, but you might know what I'm talking about. Just really the goal is to detangle yourself from that energy, detangle yourself from being influenced by something and reacting to something, and allowing yourself to proactively create your own energy and how you move online. The second one is comparison and self-esteem. So the issue of comparison is at the end of the day, it erodes our self-esteem because we're constantly measuring our life against the others' highlights. I posted the other day, we're so used to seeing people's wins in success in life. And because we're so used to seeing it, we don't realize that spiritual healing is actually what precedes success. There's a direct correlation with success and your self-work. And so know that. And you might need to rewind this for 30 seconds and then listen to that one more time. But I want to talk to you guys about ways that you can maintain a healthy perspective and safeguard your self-worth in the digital world when it comes to comparison. You might not like this, but I want to encourage you to use being triggered by somebody as a clue into an area of self-work that needs to be done with yourself. I used to get really triggered by somebody online. I had minimal interactions with them. They were an acquaintance type of friend, but I would get so triggered. And when I explored it, I realized that I was honestly just envious because I felt like we did the same things in work and they had more free time than I did. And that's just me being transparent. And that is an honest statement. And I had to do the work to figure that out. People might trigger you for other reasons, but you have to figure out, why does that trigger me? Because what they're doing isn't about you. And if they're triggering you, that's a sign. Figure out why so that you can address it. And so if you come across content that constantly triggers a negative emotion or self-doubt from specific accounts, consider the tactics that I said before. Mute, unfollow, whatever that is. If it is a friend, I would consider maybe muting it for some time. But if you do, circle back and close that loop, because you can mute them. That trigger is going to come out in someone else somewhere else, and it'll continue to come, and continuing to mute it isn't going to do anything to change your circumstance. The other one is limit your time on social media just to prevent overexposure to triggering content. If you don't unfollow the content, I like to allocate specific times for social media use, and then use apps that allow you, or I don't know, promote for you to like, not promote, that's the wrong word. What am I saying? Like use apps that will like give you reminders or like promote like breaks, basically. There's an episode with Becca Booker. She highlights like the apps that she uses, the boundaries that she has on social media, and it's so good. So I encourage you to tune into that episode too. And finally, setting boundaries and digital detox. So when it comes to your social media usage, boundaries are key and they're beautiful, but you need to figure out like, what are those clear limits? What are the limits? What are the things that you need to put in place to prevent burnout? Which means identifying what triggers the burnout, what triggers the like burnout of social media, what triggers the comparison, what triggers like the negative energy. Because if you don't know what the cause is or what the symptom is, then you don't really know how to preserve your energy. And so that's going to take a little bit of like self-exploration. I wish that like High Vibes Only was just really easy and a click of a button, you can do it all. But it is honestly, High Vibes Only and the Butterfly Season podcast for that matter is a journey of self-exploration, and then allowing what you find to be the guide on how you move, which I just especially love. So that is all for navigating High Vibes Only on social media. If you love this, tag me, post it online. I would love to hear from you guys. It's so fun. Just like going deep on something that I love so much. And so if you can share the HVO word, High Vibes Only, if you can grab some merch, that would be a special way that you could support me. So until next time, guys.